Hey fam, I want you to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Roland S. Martin. And don't forget to turn on your notifications. All right, y'all, new Quinnipiac Poll is out talking about the presidential campaign. I don't give a damn about that because, frankly, it's too damn early. But asked who has the best chance of beating Donald Trump, only 7% of women chose one of the female candidates. What the hell? New organization formed this week will address that. It's called Supermajority. The goal is to teach 2 million women to be political activists, co-founded by the former head of Planned Parenthood, Cecille Richards, also the daughter of former Texas Governor Ann Richards, Jean Poo, the director of the National Domestic Workers Alliance, and our guest, Alicia Garza, co-founder of Black Lives Matter. So how did this whole thing start? Where did it come from?
Well, you know, after 2016, after we all kind of took ourselves from being curled up in a ball in the corner, crying. Yeah. A bunch of us from the Domestic Workers Alliance and from Planned Parenthood started to meet. And we started to talk about what we thought the consequences would be of that election. But bigger than that, we started to dream. And one of the things that we saw after the election was that women are taking action in unprecedented ways. I think it's something like 1 in 5 people in America have marched or protested since the 2016 election. And we know that the majority of those folks have been women. We saw that with the Women's March, 4 million women around the world taking to the streets. We saw that through the Me Too movement. We've seen it in Time's Up. We also saw it at the Kavanaugh hearings where women literally took over the Capitol. Yeah. And, you know, you would think that after 2 years, women would be tired. But what we're finding and what we found from traveling around the country is that women are not only not tired and not burnt out, we're mad as hell and we're fired up. So that's where Supermajority comes from. It's the idea that women are 51% of the population. We are 54% of the electorate. We are the majority of voters. We are the majority of volunteers. We are the majority of donors. And in fact, women donated $100 million more in the 2018 elections than we did in 2016. So we are really aiming to build a new home for women's activism. We want to add oxygen to the fire that women are already spreading across the country.
I had an interview with actress Erica Alexander. It was pretty funny. The one line from the whole interview. She said, "Fuck hope, fight."
Yes.
And no, I mean, you have people who literally are pissed, and frankly, there are a lot of people who are pissed, a lot of women who are pissed because they sat on the sidelines. There are a lot of millennial sisters who were pissed because they were like, oh, Hillary, Trump, they're the same. And all of a sudden, it's kind of like, they're not. So I keep telling, Dr. King talked about this year. He said, you can be angry, but do something with your anger. That's right. Don't just be mad.
That's right. And what we're finding is that women are. So what we saw in 2018 was that women really changed the balance of power in this country. We changed the balance of power in the House of Representatives. We elected a historic number of women to U.S. Congress and to state legislatures all across the nation. And I think what we're finding is that there are women who are engaged right now who have been active for, 20 years or more, and there are women who are just coming into the fight. And there's a real need to build a community for people who want to take action and who want to do more than march. Resisting is important, but winning is also important.
Mustafa, I want to go to you. 2 issues that, when you look at the polling data, that are major. Gun control, climate change. You work at the EPA, and those are 2 major issues that women are talking about. And so whether on the Democratic side, whether it's a male or a female candidate, bottom line is this is not the old elections where, oh, that's a fringe issue. It's economy. This has to be a much broader conversation. And so your thoughts on how women will play, the role they'll play in this next election with one of the issues you're very close to.
Yeah, I mean, they're very focused on these issues, and the issues are actually connected. When you talk about air pollution, we know that more folks are actually dying from air pollution that are dying from gun violence in our country every year. But both of those are equally important. And that's why these folks who want our vote have to understand both the intersectionality, but also that this is a part of this new paradigm that folks are focusing on. So many different types of groups are coming together and saying that if you're not going to focus on these issues, you're not going to get our vote. And, it's such a blessing to see so many incredible women who are now leading in many of these spaces, both on Capitol Hill and hopefully in the White House, in the state houses, and even in the work that I'm doing around the country in county commissions and, in local governments as well. So there's a change, and the candidates are going to have to be able to answer in a very substantive way these things that people are asking for.
Kelly?
I completely agree, especially when it comes to the environment. I think, like you said, it's not a fringe issue anymore because I just came back from California. Smog is a real thing. Wind energy is a real thing that can actually benefit all of us down the line. When it comes to supermajority, like my panelist was saying, I think it's an excellent idea because women aren't going anywhere. If anything, we're going to be, here for a very long time and perpetuate any other issues that arise. We will be, we will have even more leaders than we have now, simply because of this pivotal moment in our history where people are trying to ignore us, and it's just not working.
You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com.